Hello, everyone. Welcome to Magical Monday. Hope Monday is going well. Uh-oh. Okay, well, hopefully you can still see me because my screen just went blank. Alright, well, hold on one moment because I can see it's still recording. However, my video is not showing up, so let me see one moment. Okay, so it says I'm live, so hopefully. This goes perfectly with what I'm gonna talk about today. Um, so, um, I was out walking the other day, and it was the Monday after we had some big storms roll through. So we had a lot of old trees come down, a lot of big branches, and those kinds of things, like the Friday before. So Monday was very busy, or very noisy and busy, in the neighborhood as I was walking. People were cutting up the branches, people were getting new roofs on, and I mean, just always in our area, there's almost a constant drone of vehicles, planes, you name it. There's just a lot of man-made noise. And this kind of caught my ear as I was walking, and because I could hear the birds underneath it. And I was like, man, I wish I could hear the birds more. And I get that little knock on the top of my head. And I'm like, okay, what's the lesson? Angie, just listen. And what are you going to put your focus on? We've talked a lot about the yellow cars, and what are you putting your focus on visually? So this one was all about the auditory. And if you know me, like, auditory is super important. I am clairaudient, which means I hear spirit more than I see them or anything else. So auditory is just something that's very present in my life. So being able to hear. And so as I was walking, I was just kind of like letting the human made noise kind of back away, or in the moments where everybody just kind of stopped for a moment, and all of a sudden it was like quiet, and the birds were just so loud. And I started picking out the different bird songs that I knew. There was a blue jay and a mourning dove, and I'm going to say probably a ton of sparrows and a flicker. And of course the cardinals. The cardinals have been really loud. Yes, and the robins. So I was able to start pulling them out of the noise and just really listening to them. And I think there were two trains that went through very close to where I was, and still being able to focus on them and not let the trains or the planes, because the sky was really busy as well on Monday. So there's a small airport not too far from us, so they were going up and down and up and down. And I got to a point where I was so focused on the birds that I was walking around outside of a apartment complex, and one of their little carts had come up behind me. I didn't even hear them until they like went around me and pulled up in front of me. Came back up on the sidewalk. I didn't even hear them. I was so focused on the birds. I was like, wow, that's really cool. And I brought up, when I was in Sedona the one time, and there were people just talking, and I was trying to enjoy the sunrise in the morning, and that whole like what are you going to do? You going to let them interrupt your peace? Because really, they're just interrupting your solitude. Okay, got it. um, Focusing on the yellow cars. And I know that we've been talking a lot about this, and even trying to do these videos, especially the last couple of weeks. So my schedule has shifted, so I'm actually home now on Mondays. And so trying to figure out how to do the videos and all of that. And so we had a different setup. Well, that wasn't going well. So now bringing everything home, and hopefully this video is going out well because I can't see it. And if you're commenting, I love you, I just can't see it. No, I'll have to go back and look later. Or, even at Trinity, trying to find the right spot, the perfect spot to do these. Because in my office, if Amneris is there, her and her clients talk, which is, perfectly fine, but our walls are thin. And then I tried to do it in another office, and I could hear them next door, and so trying to find the perfect place. So and so has every place I've been had some issues? Yeah, even home last week. The guys were downstairs talking, or the dogs bark, or I know when I've been here before, somebody's out mowing. And really, again, just bringing it all together, it's all about finding the perfection in the moment, making the moment perfect. I know there's even a short that I posted that it's titled like Zen Moment. And I was in Griffith out at Oak Ridge. And there's a small airport over there too. And so I was so in the moment and listening to the birds and the wind and everything else that I didn't even hear the planes going up and down. I didn't hear the sorry, distraction is Eric's working outside and he's making noise. So again, finding the perfection in the moment. Oh, and they were doing, I think, construction out there. I didn't hear any of that until I posted it. And Eric was like, that really wasn't a very zen moment. And I'm like, when I was in it, it was. So, so why am I bringing all of this up again? I know it's been like a reoccurring theme. And I feel like we've been working on layers, right? Because we have a lot going on in the world right now. A lot. And there's a lot out there that can hook our attention. And so we can get caught up in the chaos. Because right now the Schumann's is just, whew. So if you've been feeling that vibration in your body, if you're feeling a little off sorts, if you're having trouble getting grounded, focusing, it's probably because of the Schumann's. We're having solar storms again. So that's a big thing on top of everything else. And Mercury finally went direct, so yay. But using this time to really clear things up, right? So I do have a lot of people that come in for appointments or classes or anything, and they're very upset about what's going on in the world, which absolutely, it's not ideal, right? And so having a lot of love and compassion for everyone in the world, but not getting hooked into it. And sometimes I feel like people think I'm a little uncaring. because I don't jump in. Yep, okay. So when I first started doing Reiki, uh, I think it was at my first Reiki class, my teacher asked me if I knew what an empath was. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, no, that's not what it is. And I was like, oh, okay. Um, so he told the story about you're sitting on a boat. Somebody walks up, they fall over. An empath goes, oh my God, you're drowning, and jumps in with them. And then both people die, right? Both people drown. Somebody who has sympathy goes, that sucks. But then somebody who has compassion looks over and goes, holy crap, you're drowning. Let me help you. Let me go get a light, one of those lifesaver buoy things, right? Or what have you. Throws it in, pulls the person out. And so when I say I don't listen to the news or I don't watch the news, but I have an understanding of what's going on. My guides tell me, people tell me just enough that I can sit in compassion instead of going down that rabbit hole in as an empath. So I hope that makes sense. Because I have just so much energy to give. And for me, it's more important to have all of my energy, all of my focus on my clientele, whether it's one-on-ones or it's in classes. And I know and trust that that energy is going to ripple out. So, my piece for you is, and that may not, you may need to be more proactive in things that's going on. That's fantastic for you. I would never deny anybody that. But is there something that you can do about it? Or can you get present, get centered, get grounded, and be able to send love out? And again, there's no right or wrong. It's just what works for you. For me, that's what works. So find where your piece of peace. When I say piece of peace in the chaos, that's what I mean. Where can you get centered? And how can you help? Or not help? Or is it just by getting centered and healing yourself? Because again, that energy ripples out. Okay. I am a big believer that the energy that we feel goes out. And so do we need more chaos? Or do we need more love? And again, for me, it's about having more love. What's right for you in the moment? Okay, so once it got quiet outside, so I can't see the stick. I still can't see any of the video. So again, hopefully it's still still recording, still going. It says it's live, so hopefully. But any of those pieces that you're ready to let go of, is there something that you feel chaotic about? Is there some old energy that maybe is being triggered by whatever is going on, whatever is catching your attention? Is there a heaviness that's happening? So if there is, just breathe in. Imagine the breath going in and scooping it out and blow it into the stick. and again. And just breathe out anything you can into the stick. And if you find later that you need to do this again, all means, do it again. If you're burning, just make sure you do it safely. You could also blow any of this energy, any old story, something that's hooking your attention. You could blow it into a rock, throw it into some water, blow it in water and give it back to the earth. There's lots of different ways to do this. So whatever works for you. All right. So one more time, blow it in. Good. And all those little burps, we had a sound journey the other night when the ladies was asking why she was yawning so much. She's like, I never yawn. And she just kept yawning and yawning. I just had a couple of little burps, that blowing out. All of that is energy releasing. So it's really cool when that happens. And that person's it was their first sound journey, so that was really fun for her to notice that she was having that reaction. Okay, so taking all that old energy, using the fire to turn it back into love or light. Again, hopefully you can see the fire. If not, just know it's there. Okay. And again, that breath is just something to let go. And it doesn't matter what it is. I don't know what it is. Why? Because I'm not attaching to it. Just letting it go. Good. Another nice slow burn. And you can take that energy from the fire and bring it in. Okay. And last little bit. All right. So, and again, it's always important once you take energy out to bring energy back in. So this could be something that you're focusing on. And again, we've talked about this, but just a little reminder. What is it that you want to focus on? Is it having more peace? And if it is, or happiness, joy, right now I want to focus on play. Because how often do we get to play? And have fun. And isn't that an energy that we need more of? Is that big, joyous, higher vibration energy. And so whatever that energy is, whatever the emotion is, maybe there's a project that you're wanting to work on. We're in spring now, so is there some spring cleaning that you want to bring in and let go of so you can bring more good, yummy stuff in? Whatever it is, just imagine it as a color. Just kind of a fun way to do it. And as that energy comes in with that beautiful color, imagine it coming into the lungs and just expanding into every cell of your body. And as you're expanding that beautiful color into your body, maybe you might find a spot that is a little heavy, is a little dark, is a little what have you, that doesn't feel really good. And just imagine that color going around it, engulfing it, and either breathing it back out or turning it, transmuting it to love and light. Again, this is all what works for you. Okay? Because I may suggest something, but you find that something else works for you better. Fantastic. Maybe you were using one of those tools and maybe something else is working better for you. Sorry, big dog. So find what works for you. Okay, we're all individuals, we're all humans. So when, we have spiritual people who like to gatekeep, right? This is how it is. This is what you have to do. Well, I'm glad that works for you, but that may not work for me. I have to do things my own way. So I'm giving you permission to find what works for you. There's lots of tools out there. So maybe breathing in the feeling works better for you than giving it a color. That's okay. If you're not real visual, but you're more, excuse me, feeling, excuse me. Then bringing in that feeling rather than a color. If just knowing what that feels like or how you want to feel, then bring that in. Okay? Give yourself permission to bring it in for you. Okay. Excuse me. And right now I feel like we are in a time that's compressing us. Like we're under that. And every time I see that compression or feel that compression, I just see a little orb or a ball just go shoo and fly out. Because that's where we're heading. We're being projected into a higher vibration. So. Whew. So what works for you? Is it going to be putting your bare feet onto the ground? Is it touching a tree? Is it having a coffee with a friend? Or cacao? I have cacao again today. That makes me happy. Is it listening to your favorite music? Is it doing a sound journey or a gong wash? Is it swimming? Is it taking a bath? Is it going into meditation and grounding your feet? Is it cooking for your family? Or yourself? Or for friends? Because when we get mindful, when we get mindful and we get really present, we can use anything as a ritual to be happier, to be more joyful, to be more creative. Okay. I was at the gym yesterday, I guess it was, and we were riding bikes, so, of course, all the TVs are on, and the news was on, one of them. And I just happened to catch, because I try not to watch it too much. Again, I kind of know what's going on. But I had to chuckle, because they were having a whole segment on silent walking. About people, I mean, it was probably a 10-minute segment too, about people walking outside in nature without their phones, without their headphones in, and how much people were getting out of it. And, well, cool. I'm so glad people are getting that, right? it was just kind of funny. It kind of tickled me that was a whole new thing. So, all right. So, taking a couple of good, nice, deep breaths all the way down into the belly and back out again. Um, and the last thing, too, I know we've talked a little bit more about, we've talked about this too, but just a reminder because the guides are wanting me to remind you that as humans, we are the only species that stays in fight or flight. Because our big, beautiful brains keep reminding us of things that went wrong, that things that happened. We could have done this, we should have done that. Do you remember when this person did this or this person did that? Or when we start worrying and we're constantly in that worry about things that are going on outside of us, what the news is telling us to worry about. Or jobs, or kids, or spouses, or ailing parents, or what have you. And so it's really hard for our bodies to turn off fight or flight. And our nervous system stays jacked up a lot. And so part of putting your one hand on your heart and the other one on your belly and breathing into it is a way to help bring that back down. That's why meditation is important. So whether you are sitting and meditating, you're walking mindfully or silently, as they're now calling it, you're listening to music, you're doing your mala beads, what have you, doing breath work. Breath work's really is a great way to really bring things down. Yes, yoga. And that's why we offer all these things at Trinity. Because it's about helping us get regulated. So that we can turn that fight or flight off. Or we can be more mindful about it. So I hope that all makes sense. I hope that with everything going on, that you personally, even if it's just an hour a day or 20 minutes or 30 seconds, can find a bit of peace. That maybe can go and find what makes you happy, to drown out the outside noise. So in this moment, what is it that you want to focus on? Where are you going to put your attention? Because it's so important. Your energy is important. You're important. So, thank you for spending some time with us. Sending you bunches of love, a lot of peace. I always say if I'm at Trinity and you just want to come in and sit in the yoga room, just make sure I'm there first. But you're always welcome to just come in and sit. There's something very magical about Trinity. So, all right. Much love. Giving you all big hugs. And we will see you next week, if not before.